Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, if you're looking up in the sky, you might see something like this, but what the heck is this thing? Well, here to tell us is the famous Lindsey Gallagher from Johnny Appleseed. Welcome, Lindsey.
Oh, good morning, Chris. Yeah, so I've been getting outside in the park. I hope you have, and our folks at home have been as well. And you might notice these large balls of stuff up in the trees. Now, a lot of times they could just be balls of leaves caught from a windstorm. They might also be intentional balls of leaves. Our squirrel critters make these beautiful nests out of leaves, but this nest is of a different variety. Do you have an idea what might have made this nest?
Well, it looks like almost like a bee or a wasp or something like that.
You're exactly right. So this is a special type of wasp we call a bald-faced hornet. This is a nest that supports the entire colony. And bald-faced hornets are really interesting. They get the name bald because they have white or pale colored markings on their face. If you think of bald eagle, that's kind of how that came about from the Old and Middle English. And rather than being a true hornet, like our large European hornet, these bald-faced hornets are actually more like yellow jackets. We actually will say that they are aerial yellow jackets. So these papery nests, these big domes or balls, are built hanging, oftentimes in trees, sometimes in man-made structures as well, whereas yellow jacket nests are large papery balls that are built underground. So Dan and I went out to find some of these nests on Friday. And if you have one in your backyard, in your own personal property, you are able and safely can take one down as well. Now, the most dangerous part is actually getting to them because they're very high. So be safe when you find a way to do them. But I'm going to peel these layers back. This is all paper. If you touch it here, you can feel, you can even look at the quality of it, different colors. So what these hornets will do is that they use their jaws to chew or kind of scrape off wood fibers and then mix them with their saliva and lay down these layers of paper. Now, I did say that this is safe. There are no live hornets in here anymore because this nest only sustains a colony for 1 year. If we take a look over here, this is a queen here. She's the largest of the hornets in the colony, and she is right now overwintering underground, under a log, maybe under some tree bark. And in the spring, when it starts to warm up, she's going to be the sole one responsible for starting the nest. And it starts just as that small ball there with a couple of the brood cells. Now, as that first generation develops, they're all going to be sterile female workers, and then they are going to take over this building process and caring for the new wasps. So you see here we have 4 tiers. These bald-faced hornet nests will generally have 3 or 4 tiers. You can see that the initial queen cells are going to be somewhere up in this mess. We haven't dissected this away. But 2 layers here of sterile female workers that through the summer can enlarge to maybe 300 or 400 in number.
Wow.
These can get 2 to 3 feet wide. They're kind of football shaped, if you notice. Then later in the summer, the hormones in the queen are going to switch, and those fertilized eggs are going to develop into male drones. The male drones are going to be responsible for mating and fertilizing the next population or generation of queens. And this last cell down here, maybe only a dozen, are the new queens for next year who have hopefully been mated and fertilized, are now underground and waiting to start this process in April or May next year. Now, if you want to dissect this a little further here with me, you'll notice that some of the cells here from the drone tier are still capped. So the eggs were laid and they're starting to develop underneath. If you would like to, you can safely cut one of those off, one of the caps off.
When you say safely?
Yes, because we've had such below freezing temperatures earlier in December and even now that there's no risk that there's a live one. But if you can, you might be able to pull out a drone that didn't quite make it.
I don't know.
You're scaring him inside there. Is there one in there, though?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Is there one
yeah, it kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so...
this is
here we go. Look at that.
Oh, you got him. So he's definitely deformed. He did not make it out. He didn't have enough nutrition and the cold weather caught him. But if you have one of these on your property and you can safely get to it, this is a great wintertime activity that you can learn about these really cool and actually beneficial insects in our environment.
That's very cool, Lindsey. Well, thanks for coming on today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, well, don't go away because we have more when we return.